Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and to another video. Welcome back all my lovely regular viewers, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. So this is the set that I'm going to create in today's video, and I have already prepped my nails. I've applied my XXL Low Curve Nail tips, which are available on my website, and I've already applied my acrylic clear base. Oh my goodness, I don't know what I was doing there. So starting off on the ring finger, and I'm going in with this peachy nude. It is a slow set acrylic, so I do have plenty of time to work and play with it and to just make sure that I have got the acrylic nice and shaped, and I'm just going to bring it right down to the free edge. In with my second bead of acrylic, which is going to be my cuticle and the start of my apex. So this acrylic does not need to be capped, so it is like a core acrylic. So I am going to be building up the strength and structure of the nails, just making sure that my apex is in the correct place and that I have enough acrylic on that the nails aren't going to break. In now with my apex bead, as you can see, I'm just placing it where my apex would start to form, and I'm going to push it back towards the cuticle area to blend into that acrylic that's around my cuticles, and then I'm just going to blend it down to the rest of the acrylic, and as you can see, it just blends absolutely seamlessly. As it is a slower setting acrylic, you can see that even though I've blended that acrylic into the acrylic that was already on the nail, it's still giving me loads of time just to mold it and shape it and tidy up around the cuticles and the sidewalls. And then just in with a tiny little bit more of that acrylic, because I do have a little bit of a dip between where the free edge is and leading up to the apex, so I'm just going to fill that space in. Moving on now to the middle finger, and this is going to be an ombre with this gorgeous electric orange colour. Again, this is another one of the slower setting powders, so it's going to give me enough playtime to mould and shape that acrylic and bring it right down to the free edge. And then I can go in, once that has cured, to do my transition ombre bead. Onto the pointer finger now, and this is going to be another ombre nail using that electric orange colour. So this is my XXL Low Curve Nail tips, and the low curve means that the C curve is quite low on them. So these tips are very, very universal, and they're great for clients, especially clients that have flatter nails. So they will fit the majority of your clients, because sometimes clients with really flat nails, a high C curve can be quite uncomfortable for them. So I do find that these tips are much more universal. So they are longer than what I have on here. I have cut them down a little bit just to do a shorter length. But again, you can keep them so much longer, and they do, if you're wanting to do like a tapered square or a square nail, you can still achieve that look with these tips as well. So the bead that I picked up there was obviously much wetter than the previous beads, so I am going to go in with a few more beads just to cover that area completely. So as you can see, it just blends with that previous laid acrylic just seamlessly, and best of all, there's no marbling. And I am going to let that cure, and I will come back once it's cured to go in with my peachy nude transition colour. So moving on to the thumb, and this is going to be a full coverage of this electric orange. In now with my second bead of acrylic, which I always use to form the cuticle area and the start of my apex. So I'm just pushing it back towards the cuticle area and blending it into the previous laid acrylic. So I do have my thumb shaped kind of downwards, but again, it is a slow setting acrylic, and it is giving me plenty of room just to shape and mold it. And then also this particular colour as well, it does not need to be capped with a clear acrylic. So one of the main things, that I really like about this acrylic is, one, it is a slower setting acrylic, so you've got loads of time to mould it. You can go in with bigger beads and it's not going to fly all off the nail, and you're just spending your whole time chasing it and picking it up from underneath. But also you save monomer because you're not having to go back in and cap all the nails again with a clear acrylic. So it is in the long run going to save you plenty of pennies. Moving on now to the little finger, and again this is going to be a full coverage of this electric orange. In now with the cuticle and the start of my apex bead to build the strength and structure of the nail. So I will be adding a second apex bead in, and then I'll also just be making sure that there is enough acrylic on and that the strength and durability is there, as well as it being symmetrical. And again, it does not need to be capped, so I just want to make sure that there's enough acrylic on so that it doesn't break. Moving on now to the pointer finger and in with my first transitional bead using the Peachy Nude. And I'm going to place this on as my cuticle and my apex bead, but then I'm also going to blend it over to ombre over that electric orange. I normally don't do it that way, so I'm a bit baffled as to why I actually did it that way, but because I normally do like a really small wet bead to do the ombre first, and then I go in with the rest of the ombre colour. But if like me and you're not happy with your ombre, you can go back in with the darker colour and you can ombre up, which is what I'm going to show you how to do now. I'm just taking a very small wet bead of that electric orange, and as you can see I'm just blending it up over that peachy nude, and it's just giving me a really nice soft ombre. Onto the middle finger now for the ombre, and in with a smaller wet bead first just to start my ombre. Then I'll go back in with my cuticle bead and my apex bead, and again if I'm not too happy with the ombre, I'll go back in with a little bit more of that electric orange and blend it upwards towards the cuticle area. Whenever I'm using even glitter bells, you know, stronger colours like their lava lamp, this is how I would do their ombre. I do always end up going over with just a little bit of the deeper colours, the likes of the lava lamp, and just blending it upwards over the ombre transition colour. So even though these do not need to be capped, if you're doing them as a solid colour, but I do need to go over with glass slippers just to protect the ombre itself, and on the pointer finger just to build up the apex. Now that I've got all the acrylic applied, I'm just going to go ahead and do my filing and shaping. I am going to show you just the thumbnail being filed and shaped, just to let you see how this acrylic holds up to not being capped, that I can also use my e-file with it as well, and I'm not going to buff away any of that colour. Changing over now to my e-file, and I'm using my medium 5-in-1 e-file bit, which again is available to purchase on my website, and all the links will be in the description box below. So I have it on a speed of around 4,000 to 5,000 RPMs, and I'm just going around the sidewalls and the cuticle area, just making sure that it's nice and flush. And of course I always finish off with my buffer, just to make sure that the surface is nice and smooth. So a quick dust off and a wipe over with some alcohol just to remove any of the dust and debris, and then I'm going to apply my top coat. Now that all the top coat has cured, I'm going to place some rhinestones on the nail using my rhinestone glue, and then I'm going to decorate the rest of the nails with lots and lots of 3D acrylic flowers. For this next part of the video, I don't have in real time. I have sped it up quite a bit, or we would be here all day watching this. So I have zoomed in quite a lot for this bit, probably a bit too much, so I have zoomed out a little for the rest of it. But I'm going to go ahead and let you watch it and listen to some music, and I will come back at the end. Now that all the 3D acrylic flowers done, the last thing to do is to add some rhinestones to the pointer finger. So I'm going to put quite a lot of rhinestones on this one just to really bling out this set. And again, I'm using my rhinestone glue, so I'm placing quite a lot on because I am using some larger stones as well. So here's a little tip for you that I have found that has helped me, and you probably already do it, but just to save up some time, I always sort of put out my rhinestone placement either onto like a lint-free pad or on the desk, and then when it comes to putting the rhinestones on the nails, it really does save a good amount of time. So here is the finished set, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up. I'm hoping to get a few more last summery nails in for you, and then I'll move on to my autumn designs. So if you're new to my channel, thanks for watching. If you're one of my regular viewers, again, thanks for watching. And if you're new, why not hit that subscribe button and you'll not miss any more of my videos. And I will be back with another video, so take care. See you soon. Bye.